Overview. Have you ever had to deal with a door that was slammed in your face, but to discover that it was the greatest outcome that could have occurred to? We're going to delve deeply into the skill of flipping the roles, rejection that was motivated by none else than Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher who was Stoic. Imagine living in a society where everyone doesn't help you advance rather than bring you down. Forward rejection is a phrase that frequently causes a sting that could turn into your stepping. The key to success isn't about deceiving fate, but realizing that there are moments when the universe is concealed. Yes, you are a part of something bigger. Feeling disregarded or undervalued or underappreciated, it's time to change the course. This video will examine 13 potent tutorials that instruct you on how to use the strength of rejection, where not only these are real-world applications of talking theory, global tactics that you can use in your day-to-day activities. Before we dive in, let's make sure as many people as possible hear this wisdom. Perhaps press that button and ring. YouTube is displayed on the notification bell. You're getting something out of what we're sharing. Let's begin this now. Road of transformation together, prepared to make the most of your rejections. Number 1, triumphs are ignored as well. 1. Ignore them as well. When you're given the cold shoulder by indifference doesn't diminish. It grows. Above it and disregarding those who disregard you, isn't that a strong declaration of your sense of value? Picture this person deems you unworthy of their time. By making that decision, it's their loss, not yours. Not to interact, you're implying that I'm worth more, like turning a mirror in the direction of them, subtly mirroring their actions and demonstrating to them that you are now unaffected. How can this be accomplished without losing yourself in resentment? Just concentrate on your life, your objectives, and your level of happiness into pursuits that enhance you, whether it literature, sports, picking up a new ability, or simply taking pleasure in the company of people who appreciate you. This isn't about obtaining, it's about taking something back from someone. Your efforts and putting them to good use matters. Sometimes when someone ignores you, cruel, it's a limit you establish for your mental tranquility by expressing respect. I am too self-centered to pursue or beg for this. The perspective is empowering rather than merely stoic. It says a lot about your value as a person. And assurance, finally take into account that you're delivering a silent message to the globe. Where prompt reactions are anticipated, even your silence can be fascinating. Beautiful. It demonstrates that you're not readily disturbed by the fact that your life is full of priorities and areas of interest beyond this. It's not about having children accept rejection. It's about regretting it or returning with a crawl, demonstrating your stability and not readily influenced by outside confirmation. This strategy does not ensure a change in their actions, but it guarantees a change in yours that makes you more resilient, calm, and prepared to handle whatever is followed by grace and poise. 6. Disprove them. Show them incorrectly by applying the technique of rejection is more than just demonstrating having people incorrect while proving yourself. What you can actually do is approximately turning no into your motivation for development. Let's imagine someone questions your talents in a certain task or skill. This is your opportunity to hone that ability, not to win their favor, but to outperform your own boundaries and immerse yourself in learning practice constantly, and arrive with a degree of expertise that even you didn't realize. This wasn't about a dramatic unveiling to the skeptics, about silently constructing a stronghold of proficiency and confidence. Now consider the consequences of your actions. Instead of using words, you don't have to declare your intentions or advancements, and allow your results show whether you're considered to be unimaginatively start a project that displays your inventiveness if categorized as uncommitted. Let your regular behavior to be your reaction to this quiet revolution. of bettering oneself is not a struggle, opposing the opinions of others. You're developing the ability to face rejection and use it as a springboard stone for individual development, which is the Stoic Method 3. Take them out of your 3. Get rid of them from your thoughts. Thoughts when confronted with rejection. Using the detachment technique effectively becomes an effective weapon in your arsenal. This isn't about ignoring or acting as though the reason rejection didn't hurt, is directing that encounter into something transformational, beginning by admitting the impact of the rejection is felt, but don't allow it to serve as a mental anchor. A competent sailor negotiating choppy waters uses the waves to guide you, not to overturn your vessel by altering rejection calls for a change in viewpoint. Refusal as a tool, not a barrier detour sign pointing you in the direction of new pathways and opportunities to investigate pursuits that uplift your soul and expand your horizons. Explore a novel that stretches your thinking by participating in a sport that pushes you, or participates in a community initiative that provides a new viewpoint. These aren't simply, they are stepping stones to distractions. Self-awareness and development with each new experience shapes a piece of who you are, enhancing your resilience, additional flexible, and foster a network of be positive and surround yourself with positive people who encourage and motivate you in your business, share your goals, and listen to these exchanges produce a setting that fosters mutual progress. Keep in mind that rejection is not a reflection of your value. It's a request to reimagine and rediscover who you are. As you proceed, you'll discover that what appeared to be a painful, actually, rejection served as a prod toward a more satisfying path. 4 illustrates 4. Show that you are valuable. Rejection of your value hurts, yet it's moreover a test of your perseverance rather than withering under its weight. It as an opportunity to show off your grit next. The moment you enter a meeting or ignored for a promotion, take a breath rather than building up a storm of self-pity or resentment. Direct that energy into working on a project with constructive activity that showcases your abilities or offers to take the lead on a new project. Your worth isn't weakened by the carelessness of others. It's a chance to shine more brilliantly without being deterred. Remember, by the shadows of dismissal. Concentrate on community and self-improvement. Participation. This isn't about scaling a social ladder. It's all about moving up the personal ladder of self-improvement exercises, such as exploring hobbies or physical fitness. Career advancement isn't only tasks. They are your instruments to consider your stronger, more robust self. Sharing your experience without expecting praise, but to establish a connection when discussing. Let your accomplishments or passions be a means of connecting with like-minded people. This isn't a tactic to use with your story to get fans, but a genuine effort to locate like-minded individuals by participating in. You're not networking or volunteering. Adding a few lines to your CV, such as creating a tapestry of significant interactions. This strategy is extremely based on the Stoic school of thought, where personal development and making a contribution to the greater good is interwoven with enhancing your social standing. The priority is given to intention. It is not a search. Popularity is a path that leads to improving oneself as a person. You should take one step at a time toward progress that has a cascading effect that improves the community. This change of viewpoint is essential, but it's about seeing, not about being seen. Develop yourself so that you may assist others. Develop this Stoic attitude is a potent instrument for navigating the contemporary world, transforming the rejection wave into a strong, positive wave. Transformation. 9 pretends not to live in the presence of someone who pretend they don't exist. When the strongest ignores you, The calm response has nothing to do with being chilly or petty, is about preserving your own tranquility. If someone decides to ignore you, you allow them to avoid wasting your time attempting to catch their attention or start a discussion. Instead, refocus your focus in a social event, such as a party. This could imply moving in the direction of someone who values. Your business strikes up a discussion there. It's about realizing your value is not determined by another person's recognition in the inevitable junctions where you have to communicate with this individual. Keep professionals, keep their conversations short, concise and free of any personal depth. It's not about displaying them. It's about putting yourself first by, you're not keeping it completely business-related, allowing for needless drama. It's a position indicating that I'm here for what's. This method is crucial, but not for the play. Keeps you concentrated on the important things, keeping you steady and rooted by ultimate indifference. If the disrespect persists, accept the avoid begging for attention in front of being stoic doesn't mean begging. It's a call to anchor for attention, confidence in your own value, and being independent when someone disregards you. It's not a signal to execute form, louder for their eyes rather than a chance to reflect on and reinforce. We learn from your own value stoicism that our sense of self-worth shouldn't fluctuate, influenced by the attention of others. It's about maintaining a strong sense of self-worth, being aware that your value isn't. Negotiate, pursue your interests and hobbies with an abundance of being self-sufficient isn't about demonstrating leaving to help someone understand what they're lacking. It's about understanding for what you bring to the table, yourself engaging in pursuits that make you feel good, make connections with people that value you, and develop an existence that makes you. Being proud is not a passive gesture, rather it's a bright, dynamic, and self-embracing. It involves being deeply engaged in your own development and contentment that are necessary for external validation begins to diminish into irrelevant. So instead of pursuing short-term focus, put money into yourself. Create a life that fulfills you, regardless of how other people view it. Allow your self-assurance and confidence to be a result of your individual progress, and accomplishments are not a show put on in front of this austere crowd. Strategy isn't limited to handling rejection. The goal is to overcome it via concentrating on the important things, your personal development path and fulfillment. You transform rejection into a chance to make your resolve stronger and broaden your comprehension of self-worth. 12. Be compassionate but sensitive. 12. Be compassionate but emotionally aloof. Remote even when confronted with lack of interest, instead to reply with benevolence, but maintain your emotional world. This isn't about being chilly, fortified. It's about safeguarding your inner tranquility. When you're ignored by someone, it's normal to feel angry or frustrated. But Stoicism instructs us to say hello such times without feeling turmoil, but with a calm heart. Give a kind greeting, a smile, or a merely hope for a pleasant day, but actually without the burden of expectations. Your being compassionate is a gift, not a purchase. Keeping a healthy emotional distance is not. It's about drawing, not about constructing walls, lines. It is realizing that even if you have control, your acts are beyond your control. According to some, this distance is not an indication of strength rather than weakness, and self-respect is a deliberate decision to not allow the acts of others to determine your mental condition. By remaining compassionate but disengaged, you're implying that I decide not to allow your lack of concern to throw me off balance. This strategy situations, your reaction in the face rejection isn't limited to the planet. To see your reflection in the mirror, strength and stability, the path we've taken together through the complexities of reversing psychology, reveals 13 potent tips on turning rejection into an opportunity to tool for your success. Keep in mind everything you face serves as a springboard to resilience, as a Stoic teaching lesson, us to access our inner power. And now I urge you to use these realizations in accept rejection in your day-to-day life, not as a disappointment, but as a spur for development and self-discovery. I'm interested in hearing about your tales of triumph, so please hit the subscribe button to sound the alert bell, and leave a comment below and describe your experience, your successes as well as your challenges. Simply type if you're at a loss for words. Resilience to demonstrate that you've survived our session. Your engagement drives this community, guiding us in the direction of knowledge, comprehension, and most importantly, the skill of turning every turn a challenge into an opportunity. Developing the skill of Stoic fortitude. Stay together. Stoic.